My Alfa Spider light restoration is now complete. The car is MOT'd, insured, MOT'd, taxed, driving, and I've been driving it around for a few days. I'm going to say it's not bad at all, you know, considering it started off not the best. I had to do a few things to get through the MOT. I did put the original instrument cluster back in because I didn't want to lose the correct mileage, so it still now says 96,907. And what I did do is I changed the tachometer dial unit complete, so I swapped them over from the one that I bought and put it in the existing one so it would stay original. Most things work now. I've got to do a little bit. I probably need to regas the aircon because I don't think it's working. The compressor will cut in and out relay wise because I've tested it using multi-ECU scan. I had a few snags trying to get through the MOT. I took it to the MOT test station and it failed on handbrake effectiveness, which I thought, well, that's strange, but anyway, I jacked it up, checked everything and adjusted the handbrake just below there. We pull off the, if I move round, you pull off this boot and under there are the nuts and you can tighten it up. Now what I did is I jacked up the back and I tightened it up until it was at 3 clicks, and then made sure that it wasn't binding, and after a little bit of jiggling around, making sure that nothing was frozen, the cables were alright, the leaves were okay, the calipers are working fine, and I thought, right, we've got this settled and sorted now. So I took it for the next MOT, and on the way there, airbag light came on. So, you know, I abandoned the retests, came back and put multi-ECU scan on it again, and it said the passenger seatbelt pretensioner was the problem. Now the TRW airbag system thinks that this is the driver's side and this is the passenger side, and before I was working on the passenger side, you know, being very careful, checking things, connectors and what have you, and all the time it was this side because predominantly it's a left-hand drive car. In Italy it's an Italian car, it's a left-hand drive car, and of course in the UK we drive on the right, but they don't designate passenger and driver's side. So if you get an airbag fault and it says passenger, it's the driver's seat that's the problem. Okay, we'll start it up. Now, there's a bit of a squeak coming from the auxiliary belt, and I'll probably put a new one on, but it's running sweetly and it will tick over once it's warmed up. The tick over will go back down to about 900 RPM once it's settled down. It you know, the stepper motor setup on the idle air control valve is a little bit sticky, but it's improving with use. So as you can see now it's 900 RPM and that's where it should be now. It's quite keen to tick over sometimes at about 1500 RPM, but this is gradually improving. And we've got the police coming past. Is that the police? Or an ambulance? It's the police. Ruining everyone's nice quiet Sunday. Okay, so I'm going to turn the engine off. The airbag, once I'd sorted that out, Oh, I forgot to mention, yeah, the airbag light came on going to the MOT, and I thought, oh well, so I went to the MOT place and said, look, I can't retest it because airbag lights come on. I was driving it home and the engine stopped and wouldn't restart. And I thought, oh no, I'm stranded. So I got onto the recovery people and they said, oh no, your recovery doesn't cover you because your car hasn't got an MOT. So that wasn't very useful. Anyway, after about 15 minutes it would restart and I managed to get it home, and then it conked out just outside my house and a couple of helpful neighbours helped me push it in. I let it cool down again and it restarted. I put multi-ECU scan on it and it told me that it was the RPM sensor had a historic fault on it. So the RPM sensor, crank position sensor, whatever you want to call it, is on the back of the block, and the connector is this brown one here. And all I had to do was change the sensor. I got a genuine Bosch one from the local motor factory. It was about 38 quid, and I spent quite a time fitting it because it was a bit of a faff to get to. It's on the back of the engine, just above the starter motor, and you have to force your hand in the gap that's left. I took the exhaust downpipe off and moved it to one side to try and give me a bit more access, but you know, my hands were cut to shreds by the time I'd finished. Anyway, it's fine now, and I've been running it. I got through the MOT and I've been running it for about a week and it's been just fine. So I'm quite pleased with this. This car drives really quite nicely. It's better than I expected actually. I thought I was going to hate it, but it's not as good as a GTV because it's got a soft top and it's not as rigid, but it does drive nice. And it's frisky, and you know, you find yourself exceeding the limit very easily. It's the typical Alfa Romeo, isn't it? License to losers. Anyway, if you've been following this little series, fotching or wallowing, thank you for your interest, and I'll see you on the next one. I've got some other stuff to do, so but this one's finished now. And I'm probably going to sell it, so anybody who's interested, you know, drop me a message, but I'm not going to be giving it away. I've spent a lot of time and money on this car. You know, it's about 1,500 quid in parts alone, so there we are. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.